Here is another one, and then directly over here. So sometimes they... Okay, we're coming up to two more. This is at El Rancho and Fourth. There we go. So this one is at El Rancho. Okay. Oh, it's working again. Okay, this one's at El Rancho and Fourth. There's a whole lot of history here. This one's a tale of two streets, Prater Way and Victorian Avenue. And then there's this one over here, and we'll get to that one in a couple minutes. So this bus line on 4th and Prater is called the Lincoln Line. We've got that one and this one. So more of that. Trolley cars. And unfortunately someone broke this one, so can't read what this one says. I think I've got a picture of it from earlier in the year, so we'll see about that. But that's the one we were at. This one, this makes 2 of 4, and there's another one just up the road by Galletti, so we'll be up there in a few minutes. And this is from the back side of it. You can see the pictures. You can't read. You got to be on the other side to read the pictures. El Rancho and Prater. It talks about Ray's Restaurant and Cocktail Lounge, which is no longer around. And then it also talks about the El Rancho Drive-In Theater, talking about when it opened, the first program, and information about that. Prater Way, how it got its name. It says Old Country Road Actually, this was from the Reno Evening Gazette, March 14th, 1933. Old County Road in Sparks named Prater Way first. Sparks residents whose homes are located along the country road may give Prater Way as their home addresses if they so desire. It was recalled at a meeting of the City Council last night when the group was petitioned by citizens to designate that portion of the country road between 8th and 15th Streets as Mitchell Boulevard. The name Prater Way was given to the street when the Prater track was added to the city of Sparks soon after it was established. Through common usage, the name County Road, which had applied since the days when Reno was young and farmers in the eastern portion of the valley used the road to bring products to this city, was continued. It is listed thus in directories, and most Sparks residents had forgotten that it bears any other title. That was back in March 14th, 1933. Information that's on these bus stops. And then it says, it has a little flyer here called A Tale of Two Streets, Prater Way and Victorian Avenue. Prater Way follows the original path of the Central Pacific Railroad. After the route was straightened and the tracks moved south, the flat surface left behind became a country road. In 1904, a small section was named for Nick and Celia Prater, who owned land east of Deer Park. Eventually, the entire road through Sparks was named Prater Way. Victorian Avenue was first named B Street, as in B as in Boy Street, and served as the main street of Sparks. It did not connect directly to Prater Way until the 1930s, when B Street was extended further west and became the route of US 40. The new intersection formed a Y, as it still does today, and became a popular location for businesses of all kinds. Creamer's Auto Court was one of the area's first motels. It was renovated into Harold's Pony Express Lodge in the 1950s when the massive neon sign became a local landmark. Popular drive-ins, the El Rancho Drive-In, and restaurants nearby included Ray's, the Chuck Wagon, and the Frost Stop. There was also what was called a Ray's Drive-In on US 40. It says, in the heart of the motel district. And then it talks also about one of the pioneers of Sparks. It says, Nicholas Prater, one of the Comstock pioneers and formerly a county commissioner of Story County, died at Virginia City Sunday night. He was 62 years of age, and death came very suddenly. Prater was quite wealthy and was the owner of the Prater track in Sparks. He was a native of Cornwall, England. They have these little history all over on these stops, which are really interesting, give you a little bit of information about the city and the area. This one at El Rancho and Prater has some information about the Lincoln Highway. It's also called the Lincoln Line, and they have a city fair bus wrapped with a picture of Abraham Lincoln as well as Lincoln Highway that makes its run up and down. So if you see a bus coming up and down and it says Lincoln Lane, that's what it's about. Talks about the Pony Express Motel when Harold's bought it. It's still around. There's a sign that's still here, but it's not lit up. There's other information, talks about Creamer's Motel, which was one of the first motor drive-ins, Ray's Market, which was a very huge restaurant and cocktail lounge. There was also the El Rancho Drive-In Theater, showing its first program called Operation Pacific with John Wayne and Patricia Neal, Highway 301 with Steve Cochran and Virginia Gray, and also 2 color cartoons. It says, this theater is a Nevada institution. We, the owners, with humble pride, dedicate it to the families and little children of the Washoe Valley. We promise continual effort to bring you the best in recreation at a price families can afford to pay. Come as you are. Kids under 10 years free. It says located on the Reno Sparks Highway 1